Hello viewers, welcome to Shiksharthi. And today's our topic is HCF, highest common factor. So let's understand. If I'm talking about two numbers and their HCF, look at the full form, highest common factor. So what are factors of these two numbers? For 18, the factors are 1 into 18, 2 into 9, 3 into 6 are the factors. When coming to 12, it is 1 into 12, 2 into 6, 3 into 4 are the factors. So if you look at the factors list and then the common factors are 1, 2, 3 and 6. And highest among all is 6, and that we call it as highest common factor. So 6 is highest common factor of 12 and 18 is what we can understand from here. Now what is the significance of this number? If I take the number in the divisor position, I can divide both the given numbers. I can divide both 12 and 18. Such number I am trying to find here, which is called it as 6. So 6 is a common number which can divide both of them. Now do you think 6 is the only number which can divide both the numbers? If you look at the list, 3 also can divide both 12 and 18. 2 also can divide both 12 and 18. 1 also can divide both 12 and 18. But highest among all is 6. So we call it as 6 as greatest number which can be a divisor, can divide both the numbers 12 and 18. So now can I call it as GCD? It's a greatest divisor value which can divide both of them. The other numbers can be the factors of 6. 3, 2, 1 are factors. So we all know the basics here. Any number, if it is divisible by a certain divisor, then all the factors also can be the possible divisors which can divide it exactly. For example, if a number is exactly divisible by 24, then the same number can be also divisible by all the factors of 24. Am I right or wrong? So same logic is applicable here. If a number is divisible by 6, then it is also divisible by 3, 2 and 1, which are supposed to be the factors of 6. So if you observe, this position is called as, we all know the division normally what we do. This is called dividend. This is called divisor position. This is a quotient and this is called remainder. The dividend position is always LCM. So whenever you know after reading a question you want a dividend value, if you think that the dividend value is asking for, then he is asking for LCM. If he is asking for a divisor value, then it is said to be an HCF. That is why if you see divisor, greatest common divisor, it's a divisor position. So HCF is also called as GCD, okay, and quotient and remainder. So when you read the question, if you think you want a dividend, then find LCM. If you think you want a divisor, then go for HCF. This is one of the hint on the basis of which we can decide whether I have to go for LCM or HCF. You believe me, majority of the people will have a confusion to go for an LCM or HCF. They think that both are almost the same, but they are two different things. Okay, now for idea, I'm just sharing with you, LCM of 12 and 18 was 36, and for the same number I got HCF as 6. See the difference between them. For the same numbers 12 and 18, LCM is 36, HCF is 6. See the difference. Try to do the comparison between the two. If I take LCM of 12 and 24, LCM is 24, whereas HCF for them is 12. And if I try to find LCM of 8 and 15, then it is going to be 120, whereas HCF for them is going to be 1. A way back difference, a big difference between the two. Now the only way I can see the LCM and HCF can be equal, they can be also equal, please understand this. When I can say LCM and HCF are equal, suppose if I take two identical numbers, for 12 and 12, LCM is 12 and HCF is also 12. Now please observe, there is only one way I can make LCM, or I can see LCM and HCF both are equal. That is when I take LCM and HCF for same identical numbers. Like 12 and 12, LCM is 12, HCF is also 12. 18 and 18, LCM is 18 and HCF is also 88. So that is the thing. Now let us see, by comparison or by observation I can make a lot of things here. If you see, in all the cases the value of LCM is greater than the value of HCF. Are you able to observe? Here it is 36, 6, 24, 12, 120 and 1. LCM is always greater than HCF. There is only one way. I told you this point also we need to consider. LCM can be equal to HCF. That is the first observation. Second thing, please observe. Here LCM value is always a multiple of HCF, you can see. 36 is a multiple of 6. 24 is a multiple of 12 and 120 is a multiple of 1. So LCM is always a multiple of HCF. That also we can say. Or the converse statement also we can make here. The HCF is a factor of LCM. Like 6 is a factor of 36, 12 is a factor of 24, 1 is a factor of 120, like that. So HCF is a factor and LCM always behaves like a multiple. So we all know multiples are greater than the factor values always. Okay, so this is a basic understanding on HCF, and you can also see the comparison between LCM and HCF. LCM always represents dividend position, HCF always represents divisor position. So that is the difference. Now we'll talk about the methods. What are they we have for finding an HCF? So let us see the methods, my friend. So what are the methods here, friends? Here if I wish to take HCF of any two particular numbers, like I want to take it for 28 and 36 if I wish to take. So one of the easiest methods what we can do here is, I'll take the smallest number, I'll write the factors 1 into 28, 2 into 14, 3 it is not a multiple of 3, 4 into 7 are the factors of 28. So 28 has got 1, 2, 4, 7, 14 and 28. Please observe, we are looking for common factor. Common factor, that means it should be a factor for 28 as well as 36. Now 1 is a common factor, 2 is a common factor, 4 is also a common factor, 36 factor cannot be 7, so 7 is out here, it cannot be 14 or it cannot be 28. So among the selected ones, which is the highest, my friend? 4. So HCF for these two numbers is 4. So that is the method. If you remember, similar method I have discussed for LCM. We have taken an highest number and then we identified the multiples which can be common for both the numbers. That is LCM. So what I was trying to say, please see both the videos back to back so that you can get an exact comparison between LCM and HCF and the differences, relationships and everything. Okay. Now this is one of the method here. Second method is called division method. You need to listen to this method very carefully. Division method. Let me take 4 numbers, like I have a number like 40, I have 144 and I have 168 as 3 numbers. I want to find HCF for these 3 numbers. The drawback of this method is we can deal with 2 numbers at a time, not all 3 of them at a time here. So what we do, we'll select the highest 2 numbers. I'll divide the highest number with the second possible highest number, that is 144. Okay, so listen to this method carefully, all of you. Division method. I'll divide the highest number with the second largest number. One time it is going to be 144 and the difference I get is 24, correct? Is the remainder 0? Is the remainder 0? No. What I do, my friend, if the remainder is not 0, I have to send the last divisor as a new dividend. This method will continue till I get the remainder 0. I repeat my words once again. I divided 168 with 144, I got remainder 24. If I get remainder 0, my method will stop. The process will stop. But if the remainder is non-zero, like I got 24 here, I'll take the last divisor in the dividend position, I'll divide 24 with that number. Okay. Now 144 I'll divide with 24. 6 times it's 144, remainder is 0. As soon as you get the remainder 0, the last divisor will be called as HCF. Okay, so 24 is HCF for the 144 and 168. We have not involved 40 yet. So now between 40 and 24 we'll do the same method again. I'll divide 40 with 24. 1 time 24, I got 16 here, non-zero. So what I should do, I should send this 24 here, 1 times 16, 8. Again I'll send 16 here, 2 times 16 and the remainder is how much, friends? 0. So this last divisor, whenever you get 0 as reminder, the last divisor is called HCF. So for all these three numbers, the HCF is 8. And this process may take any number of steps. It might come in within one step or any number of steps. So we need to have a patience till the remainder is 0. We need to continue this process and then find the last divisor, which should be called as HCF. It's a divisor position value if you observe this method also. Okay. We have one more method here, friends, that is called prime factor form method. I'll take a numbers like 44, 132, 286. This is called prime factor form method. Factor form method. And what is prime factor form method? Here 44 can be written as 2 square into 11. 132, if you remember this method, in the last video we have discussed this. 11 times it is 12, 2 times it is 6, 2 times it is 3. So this can be taken as 2 square into 3 into 11. Hope you all remember this, okay? Similarly, if I take 286, it's 2 times 143, 11 times 13. So this is 2 into 11 into 13 is what I get. I'll show you LCM, HCF both right now. I want you to understand the difference, how to select the numbers, how to select the bases and all that thing, and the exact difference between LCM and HCF, and the statements which I made as a comparison between LCM and HCF also need to be clear with you. Okay, so let us understand LCM first. If you remember my previous video again, the LCM will be select all the bases, like we have 2, we have 3. 3 is not common in all three numbers, but it is available in any one number, it is enough. I can select. Then 11 and 13. I have selected all the bases along with their highest powers. So here I got 3 cases of powers, 2, 2, 1. Highest power is 2. For 3 it is 1. For 11 it is 1. For 13 also it is 1. Multiplying them, the product value will be LCM. Now while finding HCF, friends, I will select only the bases which are common in all three. If it is common in 2, I will not take it. It should be there in all three numbers, or it should be there in all the numbers for which you are finding HCF. Now 2, 2, 2 there in all three numbers. I will take 2 as a base. 3 is there in only one number. I cannot take 3. 11 is there in all numbers. I will take 11. And 13 again is not in all the numbers, so I will not take 13. Here we selected highest powers. Here we will select the least powers. Please observe this difference. So just to give you a clarity, exactly the difference in method, LCM and HCF, I got both of them. Okay, so this product will give you LCM, this product will give you HCF. Now the points which I said in this video earlier, I'll repeat once again with the proof. First proof, LCM is less than LCM if you see. Okay, it's lesser value. LCM is a big number. So don't go by the first letter of LCM. LCM means least. It's not least of the given numbers. It is least among common multiples. So LCM is not going to be a small number. LCM is in fact bigger number or larger number or greater number when compared to HCF. So HCF and LCM, if you compare, LCM is a big number, HCF is a small number. Okay, second point. 2 and 11 we have here. We also have 2 and 11 here, and some other numbers also we are multiplying. So it is understood that LCM is a multiple of HCF. Okay. Third point, HCF is a factor of LCM, which is a converse statement of my previous one. Okay, so there is a relationship between LCM and HCF that we can see on the same numbers. I got LCM and HCF. You can see the differences and the similarities between both of them. So that we need to always keep in mind while learning LCM and HCF. So this is another method to find the value of HCF. Okay, so now we'll discuss the common properties between LCM and HCF here. So common properties between LCM and HCF we'll see. Common properties, or you can say the relationship between LCM and HCF we are going to discuss now. The very first point, LCM will be greater than or equal to HCF. LCM is greater than or equal to HCF. Already I gave some examples, you can check that one. Second, LCM is a multiple of HCF. Is a multiple of HCF. That's the second point. Third one, Product of two numbers is equal to product of their LCM and HCF. Example I'll give you. 12 and 18. The LCM of 12 and 18, if you remember, 36. HCF of 12 and 18 is 6. Product of these two is 216. And here the product of these two numbers is 216. So 216 and 216, you can see product of two numbers is equal to product of their LCM and HCF. This is applicable only when two numbers are given to you. Okay. Point number 4. Point number 4, an important definition is coming up here. If HCF of two numbers A and B is equal to 1, if the HCF of the two numbers is 1, then A and B are co-primes. A very important definition, friends. Co-primes or relatively prime numbers. Okay, all of you? So if HCF of two numbers, for example 8 and 15, if you look at these two, the common factor which can divide both 8 and 15 is 1. So HCF of these two is 1. These two numbers, if you observe, they are not prime numbers, but they will be called as co-primes because the HCF is 1. Similarly, any other example I can take two consecutive numbers. If you see 24 and 25 are two consecutive numbers, their common factor is 1. So in that case, again, it is said to be HCF as 1, co-primes. Any two consecutive numbers is the best example of co-primes. Okay. Similarly, it's not necessary that I should not take a prime number. I can even take prime numbers. For example, 9 and 13. We all know 13 is a prime number. 9 and 13 has 1 as a common factor. Therefore, they are co-primes. So what are co-primes, friends? When the HCF of the two numbers is 1, they are said to be co-primes. Now, one interesting point, if you observe in the previous examples also, if you see, what is HCF, if you see, my friends? I'll take the first slide here, HCF. What is the difference of these two numbers? 6. 6 is the HCF. The difference of these two numbers, 12. 12 is the HCF. Now you can ask me a question, sir, is the difference is going to be HCF every time? Here you see, the difference is how much? Between 15 and 8, the difference is how much? 7. Now 7 cannot be HCF because 8, 15, both are not multiples of 7. Both are not multiples of 7. Therefore, 7 cannot be HCF. But what is the factor of 7? Factor of 7 is either 7 or 1. So 1 can be the HCF. So generally, the difference will be HCF or the factor of difference will be HCF. See, in this case, the difference is directly HCF between 12 and 24 because HCF is 12. Both the numbers are multiples of 12. Try to observe this and understand. Here the difference is how much? 6. Now 12 is a multiple of 6, 18 is also a multiple of 6. So difference is 6, which is supposed to be an HCF. So you can observe the difference also makes an important point here. What is the difference here, friends? The difference is 1. HCF is 1. Straight away. Here the difference is how much? 4. 4, both of these numbers are not a multiple of 4. So what is a factor of 4? Could be 2 or could be 1. Now these two numbers are also not a multiple of 2. So 2 also cannot be HCF. So what is the last one which is left? 1. So 1 is the HCF. Here the difference is 7. So between them, 7 and 1, these two are not a multiple of 7. Therefore 1 is the common factor. So in that way, we can try to understand logically how to get these answers. Okay. So 4 points. If the HCF of two numbers is 1, the numbers are called co-primes or relative primes. Next, important point number 5. LCM, see what are the points we said here? LCM is a multiple of HCF and greater than. Next point, if you see, the next point would be if you are trying to find LCM of fractions A by B, B by C by D and E by F, the method would be find LCM of A, C, E by HCF of B, D and F. Sixth one. If HCF of A by B, C by D, E by F, then it is going to be HCF of A, C, E upon LCM of B, D and F is what you get here in that case. Okay. Now point number 7, friends. The point number 7 is if you say HCF of A comma B is equal to H, then HCF of A comma A plus B will be H, HCF of A comma A minus B will be H, and HCF of NA comma NB will be N into H is what you get. So that means if you double the numbers, LCM will be, HCF will be double. If you triple the numbers, the HCF will be triple. If you half the numbers, the HCF will also be half. Okay. Eighth one. If you say HCF of A comma B, it should be called as LCM. If you say LCM of A comma B is equal to L, then LCM of NA comma NB will be N into L. So these are the properties between LCM and HCF. We can add one more here. If A and B are co-primes, then LCM of A comma B will be A into B straight away. For example, 8 and 15, LCM of these two will be 120 straight away. Okay, the reason behind, you can observe here the reason behind this. If you say HCF is 1, if the numbers A and B are co-primes, we know that the HCF is 1 and 1 into LCM is going to be LCM. So if the numbers are co-prime, the HCF will be 1. So in this property, applying HCF as 1, the direct product of the two numbers will be the LCM. Okay, so this is what is complete basics on LCM and HCF. See both the videos and try to understand the differences, similarities, relationship between LCM and HCF. That will give you a lot of hints. Okay, so in my next video, we'll be talking about the models on LCM and HCF. That will be very helpful for you while solving the questions. Thank you all.